Today is Friday, right? Today is Friday, June 26th. It is my first off day of the week. I just woke up. It is the first time I'm speaking to you guys. And today we're just going to spend the day in the house. I need to do laundry. I need to update my calendar. But right now, I want to make breakfast. Also, I got an Apple Watch yesterday. How exciting. But yeah, this morning I want to make some chia seed pudding. But I need oat milk. So let's make the oat milk. Okay, so what you need to make your oat milk is you need oats and you need water. Additives are optional, but you just need oats and water. It's typically, I'm pretty sure it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't feel like looking it up, so I'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 1-cup ratio, 1-to-1 ratio. So I'm going to get a cup of oats. I think I'm going to do 2 cups of oats, actually. Because I think I'm going to do 2 cups of water. And typically this water, you want it to be ice cold for it to preserve best. But I run out of my oat milk pretty quickly. And I don't think this is going to last me 3 days. But ideally, you want this water to be ice cold for preservability. So in this milk, I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla extract, some salt, and maybe a dash of maple syrup. Because I know I'm using it for my chia seed pudding, and I'm also going to use it to make a matcha. And then you're going to blend this for 30 seconds. Alright, I brought you guys in for a closer look. So now I have my cheesecloth out in my bowl. And this is where we get a little messy. So we're going to force these up. So in here we have our blended concoction. And so what we're just going to do is just pour this in here. Slowly. And so because I did not use ice cold milk or water, my milk is going to be a little bit slimy. It's not going to like pour out like it typically would. But do be careful because it will, as you see, keep pumping back up. I'm back. I've added more water because that was way too thick. It's making me think that it was actually a 2-to-1 ratio. See, no, yeah, that looks way better. Okay, my camera died. It died when I was making the milk. It was coming out super, super thick. So I added some more water. It's still a little thick, but it's better than what it was. I honestly low-key like the consistency better because it being thicker was easier for like all the little grains of oats to get out. But right now we're waiting for the chia seeds to finish absorbing the water. They should be done in a couple of minutes. I went ahead and put a load of cloves in. And I prepped the stuff for the matcha. So let's make the matcha. This is what the chia seeds are looking like so far. Also, I took that oat milk. I blended it with mangoes. So we kind of have like a little non-dairy mango smoothie. And I'm going to put the chia seeds on top of this. And I have some mangoes. So I might put mangoes on top. I don't know. I'm feeling a little fancy this morning. But let's make our matcha. oat milk is so thick. It almost feels like I'm drinking melted ice cream. But I added the oat milk in there, the vanilla. What is it? It's not vanilla. It's the sweet cream creamer. And then I put a little bit of my homemade lavender syrup in there. Just a little bit because I didn't want it too sweet. I think my chia seeds, they're ready. Let's assemble. Alright, we are now at the table, and it's time for me to do my Bible study. This is what my little smoothie chia seed parfait situation came out looking like. It's so cute. So cute. Yeah, I'm gonna take my vitamins. I'm currently taking the seed multivitamin, no, the seed pre and probiotics. Because my mom, she had some extras because she didn't like it, so she gave it to me. But I tried out the one from Ritual, and I like the one from Ritual better actually. And I hate to say it because my favorite color is green, but I like the one from Ritual better. But yeah, let's get into this Bible study. I'm currently reading Leviticus. I don't know if I told you guys that. I think the last thing I told you guys about like my Bible reading is that I just finished Exodus. But yeah, I'm currently in Leviticus chapter 7. Talking about offerings. I can't lie to you, these offerings really kind of got me really confused. And I really feel like I need to do a deep dive on the offerings because like there's so many different types of offerings. And I'm kind of just confused when they all come into play. And if there's ever a situation that calls for multiple offerings, multiple different type of offerings to be done to receive forgiveness, though this no longer applies to us because we live under the blood of Jesus now. But however, I'm interested and I want to understand what it was like for the Israelites BC. Okay, it's like 2 hours later. I finally had the time that I really wanted to dedicate to doing a Bible study, and so I did. And then I read on and off for about 2 hours, and then afterwards, like I was saying before, I really had a lot of questions about the offerings. They were really confusing me, so I listened to a 44-minute video talking about different offerings. And honestly, finally learning about the offerings kind of, because I feel like a lot of people say that Old Testament don't have nothing to do with us no more. And sure, let's say that. However, after learning about the Old Testament offerings and how these offerings were in relation to their relationship with God and to the relationship with others, they really honestly went over, like, there's 5 offerings. There's the burnt offering, the grain offering, the fellowship offering, the sin offering, and the guilt offering. Now see, I was very perplexed, okay? The guilt offering really had me very much confused, and I didn't understand why was there a guilt offering and a sin offering? Because, like, obviously, like, that's the same thing, is it not? It's not. So I'm gonna go over it with you. So just in case you're reading Leviticus and you're a little perplexed like me, now you know. So the burnt offering. So the burnt offering, the grain offering, and the fellowship offering are all voluntary. They are not mandatory, but done voluntarily. I did not read it to that comprehension. So the burnt offering is a show atonement, general atonement, and praise. It's a daily offering that's basically done, not basically, but it's a daily offering that also helps the community keep one mind, essentially, right? It shows complete devotion. It is one of the only offerings that the offering is 100% burnt and no piece of it is ate. It represents, because it has to be a pure animal, it represents the holiness and worthiness of the Lord, deserving our best. And it also it's a constant line of communication with the Lord and of the renewing of the faith. I'm sorry if you guys hear my washing machine. So the grain offering is also known as the gratitude offering. It's essentially going to also be, so the grain offering is also the gratitude offering because, like I said, it's voluntary, and it's also typically done in tandem with, I believe, the sin offering. Either the sin offering or the burnt offering, but done in tandem, but can be done alone. I'm reading my notes. The grain offering is typically done with grain, and you can either deliver just the grain or you can deliver a baked product. The baked product is typically going to be unleavened because yeast is represented as corruption and sin, so it symbolizes a pure sacrifice. The oil symbolizes the Holy Spirit, and the oil is typically mixed, or the grains are typically mixed in with like frankincense. So the incense are to represent praise and worship. Yeah, it's a way to give thanks for all the Lord provides. So it's typically going to be a food sacrifice. And the fellowship offering, which I was confused, like, because I know like fellowship means like communing with others, but I was like, how are we sacrificing? But it's a voluntary sacrifice, and it's also a peace offering, and this offering is done in thanks of maintain peace. It's done to maintain peace between yourself, your personal relationship with the Lord, and your relationship with others, which is in direct correlation with the commandments, because the first four commandments deal in the relationship directly with you and God. And the rest of the 6 commandments deal in direct relationship with you and others. And that goes into the guilt offering, because the guilt offering is different than the sin offering, because the guilt offering is done when you do wrong on purpose to yourself. No. When you do wrong to others or others' things or to God's holy things. These things you are guilty of, and you also have to show atonement of. So this is a 2-part sacrifice. You have to sacrifice to the Lord, but you also have to make right with the person that you wronged in however way you wronged them, plus a tax. And then a sin offering is done when you unintentionally sin. Also having more steps than the burnt offering. And then going back to the relationship thing, because the guilt offering directly interacts with, you have to atone first to the Lord, but then you have to what was the word she kept using? Restitution in your relationship with others. And if you paid attention to that, your relationship with God, your relationship with others, it's a cross. Wow, that's crazy. It's really crazy. Anyways. That's what I had a little 4-hour Bible study or 3-hour Bible study about. And I'm very happy because I've been asking questions about this for the past like week. I've been confused. But now I have understanding. So now I can focus on actually reading my Bible instead of being confused. Yeah, that also actually no, I'm not done. Because all those 5 offerings, honestly, are examples. Those 5 offerings were covered when the Lord sacrificed himself for us. When Jesus died for us, he covered all those offerings, making all those offerings like we no longer have to operate in those ritualistic things because the Lord did all of those things. But we shouldn't just cast them off to the wayside and not go into deep understanding of them, because they also deal in how the Lord wants us to come towards him and how he wants us to treat others. And it also shows the repercussions of not doing those things. Like the gratitude offering, or the grain offering, aka gratitude offering, the Lord wants you to continually come to him with a new heart, a soft heart, being caring of others. With the guilt offering, the Lord wants you to acknowledge when you do wrong to others and to fix it. It's so good. It's so good when you like mash the offerings plus the commandments plus the way that like it's shown in what 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John of how we're supposed to treat others. Like they all go together. They're just a little sandwich. My table is dirty. Okay, now on to the next. The next thing we need to do on my list. I did tell you guys a little bit about my list, but let me tell you what's on the list now that I'm looking at it. So I need to fix some edits on my video so that I can post that for you guys. At this point, I've been almost gone for a month. I've been filming the whole time, just nothing's been getting posted and edited. My time is not, I don't have free time as much as I used to, so I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm currently washing clothes. I'm on the last load. Everything else is just drying now. I need to update my schedule. My work schedule came out for whatever week, blah, blah, blah. And I need to do some reflections for therapy, because I also do have therapy tonight as well. I want to paint my nails because Joy is coming over a little bit later, so we're going to have a little chill self-care night. Very excited. And then I need to do some meal prepping. Very simple meal prepping, and I think we're going to do the meal prepping after I finish doing my schedule update, because I bake my sweet potatoes for 2 hours, okay? If you're not baking your sweet potatoes for 2 hours, they're not soft enough, and I don't want to hear it. If you're not baking them on 500 for 2 hours, they're not soft enough. They're not soft enough, and you're fighting too hard to eat it. But yeah, that's what we're about to do. So let's get into my schedule, I guess. All right, here is what I got going on. I don't know if you guys can see what's actually happening, but that's fine. It's really none of your business. So today, let's start with today. I typically like to do my schedule in pencil because things are very much subject to change at all times. I have a color coordination system that I don't always remember to do, but I've implemented it recently. This is my key. I don't know if you can read that. I don't think my handwriting is very readable all the time, but the green is for church, the orange is for meetings with my mentors and my therapy sessions, the blue is for work and babysitting, my pink is for fun and personal outings, and my yellow is for to-dos. I do like to go back and like check off the things that I did. and mark off the things that I did not do. Yesterday I did not do what I was supposed to do. I did go to work, and that was an achievement in itself. Today I just need to do the laundry, which was one of my big to-dos. And then I'll also add stuff on here that I need to do as well. So I feel great when I check them off. So I'm gonna add meal prepping to there. Yeah, because painting nails is really not that important. Like, I just need to do like house chore things. So okay, yeah, we're gonna do meal prepping, and we're gonna add editing and uploading on there. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and color code these because I didn't do the greatest job color coding. Okay, so now we're on to next week. Next week I'm gonna go ahead and color code because my work schedule's already in here. Doctor's office tomorrow, but I'm gonna put that in with like health, so like therapy, mentor, doctor. Yeah, that feels right. Okay, so I have next week color coordinated. I highlighted my doctor's appointment, added it in church, and then I'm waiting for a parent to get back to me to see if I can put it on my calendar for those times that I'll help them. So now it's on to week after next. Week after next, I'm actually going out of town. How exciting! I'm going to Colorado. So we just opened up the work schedule. They just posted the work schedule. I haven't looked at it. All right, we've got our work schedule for this week. But this week I'm also leaving town, so I also need to go ahead and basically schedule in when I'm gonna pack, and I know that this week I'm gonna end up packing the night before. Alright, now that my physical calendar has been updated, I'm still waiting for that parent to get back to me for next week, so I'm just gonna wait till she responds. And then I'm gonna go ahead and update my calendar on my phone because I love having everything wrote out. But when I'm out and about and people be asking me plans, and I'm like, I can't just, I don't have my calendar. So I'm gonna update my calendar with like my weekly work schedule. Because I put my vacations in here, so I might as well. Okay, so I'm gonna update my calendar on my phone, and then I'll be back when we're off to the next task for today. Alright, we're back in the kitchen. It's time to prepare my sweet potatoes. I got 2 big ones and I got 2 small ones. I consider these my lunch sweet potatoes. These are my dinner sweet potatoes. And the oven is already preheating at 500. Yes, I was not lying when I said I do cook these at 500. So I'm gonna wash these off, and then we're gonna prep them to be in the oven for 2 hours, and then hopefully this is only gonna take me about 15-ish minutes, maybe not even that much. And then I'm gonna sit down and do a little bit of reflecting before I get on my meeting with my therapist, because I haven't looked at the worksheets that we talked about last week. I don't know what to say. I'm a busy girl and I'm still trying to figure out my schedule. I'm still trying to figure it out. Alright, so I'm actually running short on time. And I'm panicking, I'm a little stressed out. And then I had a thought. Thought was, when's the last time that you ate? Do you guys notice a problem with that question? The last thing I ate was that parfait. I have shown y'all everything I've ate today. And I've only had a parfait and chia seeds and a third of a mango. So my food is about to be warmed up. Right now I'm just thawing out ground chicken because I'm prepping breakfast bowls. We're going to go ahead and stab up the sweet potatoes. Once the chicken is out, we're going to put the lunch in. I'm going to go ahead, while I'm stabbing the potatoes, I'm going to go ahead and review the notes from my last therapy session because it starts in 30 minutes. I think I can do it. I think y'all are haters. I think I can do it. For the oil, I just do a little straight line and just want to rub it. Coat it and rub it. There's probably an easier way of doing this, but you know, I'm just here. Because I typically only do one of these at a time, but with the week I'm having the next couple of days, I just want to go ahead and prep some food to already have with me, so I don't have to think about it. All I gotta do is like warm it back up, which has really been the vibes for me lately. I'm sorry guys, my tripod is broke, and so y'all just are gonna keep sliding down. So just enjoy the ride. But yeah, I've really been looking for foods that I can just warm up in the microwave or in my air fryer instead of having to like cook the meals and then freeze them and then defrost them. I really just buy something that I know I can eat that's not gonna give me a migraine or make my acid reflux try to attack me. Now we're just gonna salt everything. Like, I'm still trying to do a low histamine diet, but I'm also not holding it too seriously. Trying to stay with the foods that are on the list, but this time frame thing isn't working out for me. You just want to rub that salt on there, just like how you rub the oil on there, making sure you're coating everything. Making a mess is a part of the process. Let's wash our hands. Last thing to do, wrap them all up. What's funny is that last week before my therapy session, I ran a little bit late because I was doing exactly this, but I think I was doing two. Sweet potatoes are kind of like my hyperfixation food right now. I'm just craving sweets, but I don't have the big sweet tooth. So like this is like the level of sugar I would desire when I want something sweet. And this with either like a burger patty or some ground turkey and an avocado, it's just really been doing it for me. It's 5:43 and the potatoes are in the oven. I have a fruit cup, my food, which is pesto panini. Penne. Is that what that is? Yeah, penne pasta. With, what is this? Pesto. I made it. Homemade pesto. I got a chicken thigh. And I think I want a piece of sourdough bread. And that's what I'm going to eat. And then I'll be back once I'm off my therapy session and Joy is here.